What's going on, everyone? This is your man Isaiah IE. How are you doing on tonight? It's been a while. Yep, it's been a while, but I'm back. I'm ready to record. I'm ready to share the newness that the Lord has given me in all things. I pray and hope each and every last one of you have been doing good. We back in business. We never left, but here we are again. God is good. I hope each and every last one of you can say that you've been doing good. But hey, if God still kept you and you're still here, what are we saying? Of course He has. Can't nobody do you like Jesus. If you're still here, that's what I mean. Only He can keep us. He's truly good. Greetings to everybody. How you doing? Good to see you. Good to be back and doing what I do. You know, sometimes we have to take breaks to get other aspects of life together, but we ain't going nowhere. Taking a break don't mean we quit. You understand what I'm saying? So here we are. And I would like to publicly announce that from now on, you guys can catch me on a specific day. So you can tune into Isaiah IE and everything God has given me from now on every single Friday. I would have a time period, but just work with me on that one. I would have a time, but just work with me. See how things go. But I can tell you this, faithfully yours every single Friday. I'll either be speaking what God has given me, or I'll be praise dancing, whatever the good Lord gives me for that Friday. But every Friday, tune in. I'll be there. Hope to see you there too. Hope everybody's doing well in the name of the Lord. I wanted to just introduce the fact that from now on, I'll be going on every single Friday. I'll get back to you more with the time, but I have a specific day. But prior to this, I also wanted to give out a little something that the Lord has given me, I believe, something that is very relevant. And the title of this is going to be, Let the Past Stay Behind You. Move forward. Simple. Let the past stay behind you and move forward. Lord, have your way. What do I mean by that? Let the past stay behind you and move forward. Now, I'm sure some of you would think, well, that really doesn't need an explanation. You pretty much are saying it right there. Let the past stay behind you and move forward. Yes, but at the end of the day, there are times where it's easier said than done. I just wanted to come up here for a little bit and encourage everybody. Don't be stuck in nothing of the past. Keep it moving forward. Y'all got to understand that life is not waiting for nobody. And first of all, there's so many things going on. There's so many things that have happened. There's still more things that I'm sure are yet to happen. And the one thing we cannot do is miss out on our future and destiny stuck in the past. I don't care what it's about. We cannot be so stuck backward that we stop moving forward. And a lot of people are in a position where they struggle to do that. It's almost like there are people that say, I want a bright and happy, blessed future, but you two-stepping backwards every time you walk in. You can't get a future stepping backwards into the past. Let the past stay behind you and move forward. For a lot of people, if there's nothing else going on, it's just you're stuck in a time loop. Here you are living in a today, modern day, and you're asking God to bless you in a variety of ways today and going forward. But every time you open your mouth, every thought that comes past your heart, every thought that comes past your heart, every thought that comes past your mind, everything that is tied to your heart is always relative to something old. But you're asking God for a future while you're living in the past. Now you tell me how you're supposed to get blessed in the now and the moving forward if you forever going backwards. You can't do that. You got to let the past stay behind you. All of the past experiences, all of the things you remember, both good and maybe not so good. We can't stay stuck in the past. We got to keep it moving forward. How many know that God is the same yesterday, today, and forevermore? But can I help y'all? As unchanging as our Heavenly Father is, please understand that He changes up His tactics. Please understand that He changes the way He blesses people and deals with people. God never changes, but he don't do stuff the same way. And do you know that there are some people that are so stuck in their past, they even are that way when it comes to God? What do I mean by that? Lord, I'm so used to the way you blessed me back in 1972. That's the only way I want you to bless me now. And anything else ain't nothing but the devil, or I'm rejecting it, or I'm not going to receive it because I'm used to this. You're so used to the past, you can't embrace going forward. Behold, he makes all things new. And you cry out for newness while trying to live in something that's old and gone. And then wonder why you can't move forward. Because once again, you can't move forward stepping backwards. Let the past stay behind you. It's almost like the years. Okay? For example, 2007, I don't know what kind of 2007 year you guys have had when it was here. Be it good, be it bad, be it poor, be it phenomenal. But you do realize that year will never return, right? Now, take, for example, if you got somebody saying, well, you know what, I miss the way stuff used to be back in 2007. 2007 was an awesome year for me. I want stuff to go back to the way it was like that. Here we are, approaching more and more the climax, because it's closer than we think. I mean, it feels like it is. We don't have that much more time left in 2020. But here you can take somebody, for example, stuck in 2007. And let's just say it's about good stuff. Because you have to understand, if you stay stuck in the past too long, it's a hindrance to going forward. But a lot of people relative that to only something bad. What do I mean? Oh, you stuck in the past. You stuck on something negative or something foul or something bad. Can I help you? A good past memory can be a hindrance if you stay there too long. Yeah, God did bless you that way back in 2007. Yeah, that good thing did happen for you back in 2007. Yeah, that was a good time back in 2007, but you're living there like we're not in 2019. 2007 ain't coming back. And you get so conditioned to the way stuff used to be, you miss out on what could be going forward because you're living in the past. Let me give you another example. How many know the good old superhero, Captain America? They call him a man out of time. Why is that? A little bit of superhero backdrop story. The story of Captain America is he was a super soldier. He was created to be the pinnacle of perfection, of physicality and skill. Okay, and there was a program called the Super Soldier Project, Operation Rebirth to be more specific. They wanted to genetically enhance people to be physically superior, stronger, fitter, more durable soldiers to win wars. Captain America fought in World War I and II. Now, during the end of the Second War, what happened is there was an incident that happened. Bear with me, I'm going somewhere. Where he fell from a great height, crashed in it was either the Pacific or Atlantic. Anyway, it was cold. And he got frozen in a block of ice. Decades later, he's thawed out into this modern day. And guess what he had to do? He had to learn to get up with the times. Y'all just need to stick with me because I'm going somewhere. He had to learn to get up with the times. I remember life used to be this way back in 1870, 19, whatever. I mean, it goes back further than that. But you get the point. He had to learn not to be so stuck in the past that he could not move forward. But check this out. He still had his memories of that past lifetime. But he didn't live back there to a point where he could not live in the now going forward. What I'm trying to say is we can't get so stuck anywhere in the past, it cripples us moving forward. And too many times in life, we've all been guilty of doing that. Well, I miss the way this used to be, or I miss how this went, or I miss how they were, or I miss how God did X, Y, and Z, or life was more simpler back when. Maybe so in a variety of different areas, but if you stay back there too long, you're going to miss going forward. Leave the past behind you. Move forward. You can't go forward walking backwards. I keep saying it. And we have to learn to leave stuff in the past. If it happened, leave it there. Move on with your life. That relationship that failed, yeah, it happened, but it's behind you. Move forward. That opportunity you missed that you wish you had, not missed, yeah, that happened, but it's behind you. Move forward. We have to learn to move forward. Yeah, God did do that for you back in 2002. And he's still the same God. But he ain't going to do stuff the way he did back in 2002. Here we are in 2020. Y'all got to be willing to understand change. We got to be willing to understand. Like, we have to get up with the times. Not necessarily with the times of the world, to a degree only, but also with the times of God. You know, there are some people that reminisce about what God used to do. Well, God, I miss the way you used to blah, blah, blah back in whenever. Unless you are giving praise for the accounts of the things that God did for you in the past, you can't stay stuck back there. And even when it comes to the way God used to bless you, don't miss out on a future blessing living on what used to happen in the past. In other words, if God blessed you a certain way back then, don't miss the blessing of what could be now, because you won't get off from back then. Yes, God did bless you that way back then, but I got news for you. Go forward. He want to do some more greater things. He makes all things new. And sometimes we get fashioned to get used to stuff and we don't want stuff to change. And we let that put us in a position where we don't move forward. Well, I missed the way it was. Well, it's not going to be that way no more. We got to be willing to move forward. And one of the most detrimental things anyone could ever do is miss out on what God want to do now for them because they're stuck on what he used to do. You put your very future in jeopardy because you're so stuck on the past, you will not embrace what could be now. Ladies and gentlemen, that's a travesty. I don't know about any of y'all, but there ain't nothing in my past that is so precious for me living there, I miss out on now and going forward. Because to be honest with you, it's a 2-to-1 ratio. You stay stuck in the past, whether it was good, bad, or whatever, but you miss out on what God gonna do for you now, the present, and what he could do for you, the future. That's a 2-to-1 ratio, but those two are so critical. You mean to tell me you want to stay stuck in a time period that will never return and not embrace what God want to do for you now and going forward? It ain't nothing in my past worth me missing my future for. Not even the good memories. Yeah, that was a good memory back in 2007. I sure did have a good time in 2018. Yes, that was a good experience back in 2006, but I'm not going to stay there. We got to move forward. And then when it comes to the stuff that happened that was not so great, yeah, they said that about me, but it's in the past. Let it stay there. Yeah, I missed that opportunity. Yeah, it happened, but let it stay there. Yeah, I wasn't always the greatest in certain areas back then. But it's back there, which is back then. So let it stay there. Let the past stay behind you. Move forward. Life is designed for us to forever move forward. Like I said, the years, for example, the years, the days, even the seconds in the minute. The seconds and the minutes that I'm taking, talking to y'all, the specific ones that I'm using, speaking to y'all, will never return. It's being renewed unto me every second, just like you guys. In other words, the next 10 minutes that go by, okay, Those are now old 10 minutes compared to the next 10 minutes that's coming afresh. If that's not good enough, then let me say it to you like this. Once again, the years. 2002 will never return. You'll never see that again. 2008, whether it was good or bad, it's gone. 2019, no human being will ever see that time period again. But think about the stuff that people stay attached to that happens in years, over years, that you'll never see again. Let that stuff stay there, move forward. And for anybody, just in case you think that your past was the greatest you'll ever have of whatever, because a lot of people do that. And I remember personally, I've done that myself. And I remember, I'm going to say unto you the words that my wife said unto me a few times earlier in our marriage. She said to me, she said, Isaiah, don't ever look back at your past like anything in your past was the greatest thing or experience or whatever you will ever have. She said that to me a couple of times. And do you know that as of now, as of some time ago, I get it. I get it. Sometimes we look at past experiences, even good ones, like they're just everything. We give too much time and energy to the past, to what we lost, to what we used to have, to what we used to do. And if we stay there too long, we miss out on what God is doing right now and going forward. There's nothing in my past that's worth me missing my future for. Even good memories of the past. Yeah, it was good, but I'm not living there. Because sometimes you can reminisce on the good memories so much, you miss out on the opportunity God trying to give you to make new, fresh, present ones. I thank God for every good thing He ever did for me back then. But at the end of the day, He's going forward, and so am I. Because there ain't nothing back there worth me missing my future, reminiscing too long on. All I came here to say on tonight, leave the past behind you. Move forward.